Welcome to today's court drama. The fake judge before the jury sighs in relief, having escaped disaster. However, the fake judge still feels a bit guilty, so outside the court, he chats with his lawyer friend about that car crash from a year ago. After alighting, he found the headlight broken, but no accident traces were there. Coincidentally, a murder occurred at that spot. Everything is such a coincidence that it's almost painful. It seems like the friend knows everything, and the fake judge is having a tough time thinking, while turning myself in light in the sentence. But the lawyer friend drops a brutal truth bomb. Remember, you were reported yesterday, and that bar incident from a year ago. The fake judge could totally be charged with first-degree murder or serious felonies, sending his little heart into a panic. His verdict feels like a secret, and he's thinking he better be careful next time, or he might get slapped with the ridiculous charge. All this could lead to a sentence of 30 years to life, meaning his life would be totally wrecked, much like that poor little dog at home. The third trial kicks off, and the so-called innocent James steps up to defend himself, ready to showcase his talents under Eric's guidance. He gets ready to explain the incident, sounding like he's about to write a bestseller. She just claimed that I didn't love her, then she dashed off. What transpired next is simply beyond words for being both laughable and ridiculous. We had a debate at the parking lot. James and his girlfriend had a fight, and he initially thought about driving to find her but hesitated in thought. He calms down and thinks, if I charge in now, we'll just end up fighting like cats and dogs. So James decides to chat again tomorrow, trying to sort out our little differences. In fact, James thinks he's been trying to protect Carter, but it ends up a total mess. Refusing to live together cause misunderstandings, and Keller seems to see through his fake innocence, starting to apply pressure. Well, now, James' love for Carter is like a bar show, two of them having a shouting match, and bottles are crashing everywhere. While Carter was completely wasted, James heartlessly drove off. Can this really be called love? James is left speechless when asked, and Eric lowers the tone. Next, they dive into the middleweight debate. Keller isn't gonna miss this chance. Keller believes that the deceased, Carter, is a victim of a villain, and there are many secrets hidden behind this crime. He's got crucial evidence from the incident. Witnesses confirm James was at the crime scene. It's downright shocking. However, Eric argues that in the middle of a stormy night, it's pretty hard to rule out the old man mistaking someone. Keller won't back down. Only James' prints were found in the victim. Eric says it's normal, they were lovers. With both sides' debates wrapped up, the jury is about to begin the deliberation phase, deciding if James is really guilty. All 12 jurors find James guilty, but truth is as harsh as sunlight. Dazed, Judge Tian casts a dissenting vote. Judge Tian urges everyone to discuss seriously. It's about a person's life after all, and shouldn't be taken lightly. His move starts a backlash, and people are like, there's nothing to debate about. Just when the group prepares to disperse, a big guy steps up and says, hey everyone, are we just gonna stop here? His words caused Judge Chen to let out a long sigh of relief, and then he proposed that everyone should delve deeper into the discussion, as after all, it concerned a person's fate. Meanwhile, Cade holds the press conference outside, exuding absolute confidence in winning, even though the jury hasn't given a verdict yet. Cade confidently tells the cameras he will always speak up for victims. It's a no-quit zone. However, he has a bit of a personal agenda. Winning this case could sway 5% of the local election results. But Cade overlooks Judge Tian's presence under his urging. Everyone calms down and re-examines the case. The foreman lists the most compelling evidence for conviction. Witness testimony show James appeared at the scene. Get ready for laughter. On the day of the incident, the old man saw James amidst the thick shadows of trees, managing to recognize the infamous fellow. However, everyone doesn't believe that the old man would tell a lie, as there is no vested interest between the two sides. Judge Chan is attempting to defend James in this somewhat cautious manner. Someone nearby immediately mocks, you must watch too much TV to think that. When the detective presents evidence, Judge Tian gets anxious. He fears revealing his tight spot and being caught. He starts to reflect on the police's approach, seeking evidence to confirm suspects, but they might just have the witnesses identify James. In this manner, The eyewitnesses may not necessarily be accurate, and might just hastily attach a fake figure's identity to James What an enormous joke. Subtitles. This turned into a pending question, with everyone guessing that the murder weapon had been discarded by the suspect. Upon hearing this, Judge Chan couldn't help but knock over his cup. Chaos erupts, and at that moment the detective has an epiphany, thinking this makes total sense. Judge Chan never expected that his aim to defend the innocent as a juror would backfire on himself. 22 years of experience under his belt, he guarantees this case hides a lot of unknown secrets. The old lady's question jolts the detective. Her intuition gives him an answer, but he's interrupted by an officer rushing to keep an eye on time. This twist snapped him out of it, and he decides to investigate this case thoroughly. Justin senses something off about the detective, and almost instantly chases after him. Turns out, he's quite the action hero. He reaches the crime scene, observing surroundings keenly, when a ringtone breaks the silence. The detective turns to locate it. Justin receives a call from his spouse urging him, so he hastily leaves, while the detective secretly jots down Justin's place. When the jury reconvenes, the detective confronts Justin, asking why he follows him. Justin responds calmly,